So now we're going to talk about the other side of the equation for the consumer preferences. We've gone through what the consumer wants to do, and that's represented by the indifference curve, and the key thing there was the marginal rate of substitution. Now let's look at what the consumer can do in the market, and that's represented by the budget constraint. And so here's the idea. We have income that we can spend on good X and good Y. And we also need two other things. That is the price of X and the price of Y. Okay? And in our case, we are going to look at this equation. The consumer has to spend less than or equal to Pxx plus Pyy. This is the amount of income that they spend on good X, and this is the amount of income that they spend on good Y. It's the price of X times good X plus the price of Y times good Y. So let's think about the price of X. Let's say X is $10 and Y is $2, and we have $100 to spend. Going back to our graph, again, we're in two good world, good X and good Y. If we only buy good X, how many units of good X could we buy, given these prices? We have $100 to spend. A unit of good X costs $10. So if we only buy good X, we could buy 10 units of good X, right? Just 100 divided by 10. And if we only buy good Y, how many units of good Y could we spend? Well, you take all your $100 divided by 2. So this is 100 divided by 2. Or if we want to keep it generic, it's m divided by Py. And here, this one is m divided by Px. Sorry. M divided by Px. Income divided by Px. Okay. So we can buy 50 units of good Y if we only buy good Y. And then you're not forced to be on the axes, so you can actually get any point in between there. Okay. And let's look at this equation a little bit and do some algebra here. So if I take m is equal to Pxx plus Pyy, and I want to rewrite this with y on the one side, y equals mx plus b form, right? So m minus Pxx is equal to Pyy. Y is equal to m divided by Py minus Px over Py times x. Y down there. Okay. This has some important characteristics, as you remember from the y equals mx plus b form. This is the intercept, and this is the slope of this line. Here's our intercept, m divided by Py, and we know our slope is minus Px over Py. All right, so what do we know? Let's talk about points again. We'll call this endpoint A. We'll call this endpoint B. If we think about our numbers, this is 10 and 0, and this is 50 and 0, right? But if we're not constrained to the endpoint, we can be anywhere on the line, or we can actually be anywhere inside the line as well, because we can certainly afford, if we can afford 10 units of good X and 0 units of good Y, we could be somewhere in here where we have 5 units of good X and 25 units of good Y, and still be within our $100 of income, right? So this area here is either on the line or inside of the triangle, is called the feasible set. Anywhere inside this triangle is the feasible set for this consumer, given that they have $100 of income and the price of X is 10 and the price of good Y is 2.